Welcome to the Tolman Self Care Podcast, where we bring our weekly self-care content in easy listening audio format. It's a great way to boost your self-care mindset anytime you're multitasking at home, in the car, or on your morning walk. Now, before we get started with today's episode, a quick word about the content of this recording. The information shared in this podcast is general in nature and is not intended as any kind of medical advice or to replace any diagnosis, treatment, or recommendation given to you by your doctor. We always recommend that you do your own research and seek opinion from a licensed healthcare professional before acting on any of this information to ensure its suitability for you and your personal circumstances. We hope you enjoy today's podcast. Now let's get started. Why thyroid health matters. Tips and natural remedies. The thyroid is a butterfly-shaped gland located just below the Adam's apple at the base of the neck. And its primary purpose is to produce hormones that regulate the body's metabolic rate, nervous system, heart, muscle, and digestive function. Even though it weighs less than an ounce, your thyroid generally impacts your overall health because of the role it plays in hormonal function and its ability to carry nutrients to the cells. Fast fact: studies show that women are twice as likely to be diagnosed with thyroid problems as men, and in most cases, women over the age of 50 are at greatest risk. There are two main thyroid conditions that are diagnosed by the healthcare industry. Hypothyroidism. This refers to an underactive thyroid and is a condition where your thyroid gland doesn't produce enough of certain crucial hormones to support vital body processes. Hyperthyroidism. The term given to an overactive thyroid, whereby the thyroid gland makes more thyroid hormones than your body actually needs. Treatment for hypothyroidism generally involves prescription medication to replace the missing thyroid hormones. However, these medications often lead to long-term dependency and side effects, and they do little to address the underlying cause. Hypothyroidism is usually treated with radioactive iodine because the thyroid is dependent on iodine to effectively function. Both of these solutions are less than ideal if you want to heal and restore your thyroid and avoid ongoing symptoms. Here we outline how the thyroid works, the most common signs of thyroid problems, and natural self-care remedies that can help support a healthy thyroid. In addition, we share with you nature's #1 whole food that is especially designed to deliver the right nutrients to an upset thyroid. How the thyroid gland works. The thyroid is part of the endocrine system, which is made up of glands that produce, store, and release hormones into the bloodstream, which are transported to the body's cells. A healthy thyroid controls important bodily functions, such as metabolism, breathing, heart rate, nervous system, body weight, body temperature, sleep-wake cycle. The thyroid gland uses iodine from the foods you eat to make two main hormones: triiodothyronine, T3, thyroxine, T4. For optimum thyroid function, it's important that the T3 and T4 levels are neither too high nor too low. Two glands in the brain, the hypothalamus and the pituitary gland, communicate with each other to release a hormone known as thyroid-stimulating hormone, TSH, which helps to ensure that T3 and T4 are in the right balance. This system works well when all the body's symptoms are functioning optimally. However, other stimulants can upset this process over time and distance. What are the symptoms of thyroid dysfunction? Usually as a result of chronic stress, poor diet, or gut health issues. The most common symptoms of thyroid dysfunction include rapid changes to appetite, emotional extremes, including constant anxiety, fatigue and muscular weakness, menstrual problems and irregularities, erratic behavior and irritability, shakiness and tremors, heart palpitations and arrhythmias, increased blood pressure. Natural remedies for thyroid dysfunction. Avoid processed and refined grains. One of the most important factors in managing thyroid dysfunction is diet. Processed and refined grains such as white flour, white bread, white rice, white pasta, packaged cereals, cookies, cakes, and biscuits all contribute to inflammation in the lining of the gut, which disrupts metabolism, hormonal balance, and thyroid function. Refined grains that contain gluten are also usually processed with bromide, which replaces iodine, a vital mineral that balances the thyroid. Be sure to enjoy whole grains in their natural form, which have not been heavily processed or refined. including organic flour, organic wild rice, homemade whole grain muesli, whole grain breads, stone ground. Provided you choose whole, unrefined grain foods, you don't necessarily have to go gluten-free. However, if you do have a history of gluten intolerance and you have tried whole grain versions of your favourite foods, it's best to choose gluten-free grains such as quinoa, oats and buckwheat. Avoid processed sugar. It's no secret that too much processed sugar is bad for you. Again, because processed sugar is highly inflammatory and causes disruptions to a healthy gut environment. It is especially harmful if you have a thyroid imbalance. One of the thyroid's most important functions is to regulate carbohydrate metabolism. So if you're not making enough thyroid hormones, your body will struggle to balance your blood sugar, leading to fatigue, weight gain, and metabolic problems. Eat foods rich in iodine. A healthy, functioning thyroid largely depends on a good supply of iodine in the diet. Rather than choose products that have been chemically infused with iodine, such as iodinized salt, obtaining your iodine sources from whole foods has a far more beneficial impact on thyroid function. Great food sources of iodine and beneficial thyroid nutrients include sea vegetables, including kombu, kelp, wakame, and nori. Raw organic dairy products, example raw milk, yogurt, cheeses. Organic free-range eggs, prunes, lima beans, pumpkin seeds, sesame seeds, almonds, blueberries, pulse raw food. Fermented probiotic-rich foods. As we've already mentioned, a healthy gut microbiome plays a crucial role in regulating your thyroid hormones. Fermented foods deliver beneficial probiotics into the gut, which helps to cultivate good bacteria, supporting your immune system and healthy thyroid function. Some of the best fermented foods to include in your diet on a regular basis include organic dairy products such as plain cultured yogurt, kefir, and white cheeses, without gelatin or animal rennet, tempeh, miso, kimchi, apple cider vinegar, sauerkraut, kombucha, and even preservative and additive-free beer and wine. Manage stress. Because it impacts your nervous system, which is dependent on healthy thyroid function, it's important to avoid and manage stress as much as you can. Daily self-care practices for even 20 to 30 minutes, such as these, can be very helpful for helping to restore balance to the thyroid. Massage, meditation, aromatherapy, Epsom salt baths with essential oils, walks on the beach or in nature, playing the Carillion Healing Bowl, or any activity which helps to bring you back to centre. Low-impact exercise. Moderate, low-impact exercise can be very beneficial in maintaining and restoring thyroid health because it doesn't place unnecessary stress on the muscles and joints. Also, exercise is crucial for a healthy metabolism, boosting feel-good hormones, supporting digestion, cardiovascular health, and fueling you with energy, all of which can be suppressed if you have lazy habits, rely on medications, and don't make changes to your lifestyle. Easy low-impact exercises you should practice daily or at least 3 to 4 times per week include walking outdoors, cycling, yoga or tai chi, swimming or water aerobics, light weight training or calisthenics, exercise using only body weight. Acupuncture. Acupuncture is a well-known ancient remedy that helps stimulate and coordinate the energy pathways that flow through the body. Because the thyroid is interconnected with so many important body functions, acupuncture can be very effective in helping to restore thyroid function. Even the World Health Organization recommends acupuncture as a treatment for thyroid dysfunction. Commonly, it's recommended to start with 1 to 2 acupuncture sessions per week, and then as you go, ease out to 1 treatment every 1 to 2 months, and adjust your visits as you notice the benefits. Nature's most overlooked thyroid health food. Though it's often overlooked, mushrooms are one of nature's most powerful thyroid healing foods. They contain one of the highest incidences of phytolactic plant form iodine, and they have a signature pattern, shape, that virtually mirrors the anatomical structure of the thyroid. Once you understand the wisdom of whole food signatures and how Mother Nature provides all the nutrients we need in the form of plant foods that closely resemble specific parts of human anatomy, you intuitively start to notice which foods can target different aspects of health and healing. To support thyroid restoration and health, try eating 1 cup of mushrooms every single day for up to 90 days. They can be any type: button, Swiss brown, portobello, shiitake. Eat them raw, in salads, soups, stir-fries, or any way you like. If every day is too much, then just be sure to include a good supply of fresh mushrooms into your diet, in a variety of types at least 2 to 3 times per week. The main takeaway: the thyroid is a vital piece of anatomy that controls so many important functions that determine your energy, vitality, and overall health. For this reason, symptoms of thyroid dysfunction can be quite extensive, and this is why thyroid medication is one of the most overprescribed drugs by the healthcare industry. If you have thyroid problems or symptoms of this condition, there are natural ways you can support health and healing if you embrace the 7 principles of health: air, water, sunshine, walking, whole foods, non-toxic relationships, and passion, and by practicing a more conscious diet and lifestyle on a consistent basis. Don't let your thyroid dysfunction rule your life. You can have a big say in the matter by following along with the natural solutions we've shared with you here. This concludes today's episode, and we hope you gained value from the tips and insights shared. Remember, the true foundations of self-care have always been the 7 principles of health: air, water, sunshine, walking, whole foods, non-toxic relationships, and passion. And your only job is to embrace them as part of your life. If you're looking for personal care, skincare, or whole food products you can trust, visit our online store at tolmanselfcare.com. Lastly, if you enjoyed today's episode, we'd really appreciate it if you share it with a friend and leave us a review on your podcast platform. Thanks for listening, and we look forward to being with you in the next episode.